Hey, Demossi, how's it going for a Thursday?
Oh man, it's going good. Going good.
Man, I, I don't say I'm sick because I'm not sick. I can't be sick. I don't got time to be sick. But man, for the last couple of days, I've had a sore throat in my ear, and I'm hoping it's just an ear infection.
Yeah, I've been kind of like that. I've been real stuffed up and a little bit of soreness.
Yeah.
Gravity whiz.
Oh, why? Why don't um? How did that happen? That was weird. Anyways, why don't app or WordPress plugin developers actually take care of their customers?
So what do you mean?
Well, so Gravity Wiz, they're having a deal this week because it's something about something, and they're doing a deal for new customers, and it's always the discounted rate for your first year as a new customer, not thanks for your support and coming back to us. Let's give you a discount on your second year. I've never seen that in WordPress plugins. Have you?
Well,
You can lock in your price sometimes,
yeah,
and
I'll
that's
say that.
handy.
Like I've seen that a few times,
Yeah.
where you get to lock in your price, uh, but yeah, I've not seen where you get like this first year discounted and like the next year is usually go back to the regular price and then it stays at the regular price. But a lot of stuff has gotten like that where they'll discount you the first year and in younger days, you might jump to another one the next year with a different email address
Yep.
and a different
Mhm.
card number and all of it. But, man, listen, you get tired of doing that crap because then you got to put license keys back in somewhere or you got to, log out of something and log into it with the new account.
Mhm.
And then there's always the one thing you forgot about. And yeah, so nobody does it anymore. So then you just end up paying more. It would be nice that if sometimes they offered deals, you were able to take advantage of that deal that was happening for a renewal. Now, I have seen somewhat better behavior, I think, from Generate Press.
Yes.
I think that
Yes.
he's given several discounts on updates, or you could update your license. I think is one thing they used to do a lot, where you could go ahead and pay for your next year renewal, but you could get it during Black Friday.
Right. Partial friend of the show, Doug, came up with an
Wow.
idea that I wish more people would do. Hi, I'm AT&T. Thanks for being a customer for 3 years. You know what? We're going to give you $10 off a line just because you've been a customer with us for 3 years. Nope. They're not going to do that for you. They're going to say, let's go acquire more customers because we know some customers are going to cancel on us. The value in providing, the value in keeping your customer is, I think, not considered a lot more. It's let's just go push more money and energy to get new customers. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say it irritates me, but it makes you think about where's the value in staying with one company or one place in order to save a little. And you don't get that. Has your voiceover been? So I have a problem. I have Codex running, which means I can't reboot my Mac because Codex is in the middle of a project. But I think some of the voiceover issues I'm running into right now would be fixed if I just rebooted my Mac. Like my
Man,
numpad commander isn't working at all. I just
I,
get
I
the
get
dunk,
that.
dunk.
I get that occasionally, where like the keyboard shortcuts don't work, like the right option
Yeah.
commander. What is a keyboard commander?
Yeah.
Like it just stops working. And yeah, the only thing you can do at that point is just reboot because turning off voiceover and waiting for a few minutes and turning it back on, sometimes you don't quite get a voice back right then.
Yeah. So I will restart it when this work on 1.1.1 is done.
Okay, I'm about to see. I gotta go update the card for that. What is the dig command so you can see what name servers?
I don't know. I just write who is.
NS. Wait, what?
I just write who is.
In the terminal?
Yeah.
What? I don't think I knew that was there. Did we install this?
No. Now it gives you all the information, but you can
What if
quickly
I do
hit
plus
control
show?
and then scroll through and get the information you need. Okay. So what's the difference in Dig and whois? I guess Dig gives you different information.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's I did not know that was there. I've always usually I have to go Google it or something, or ask it like, what is the dig command to get this particular record? Because I just want to know where the NS records for this domain are. And
yeah. I got tired of going to viewwhois.com and it's saying this site or rate limit hit or whatever because it's querying other databases. So someone, I'm going to say ChatGPT just because that's probably who it was. Someone or something told me, oh, just do whois in terminal and it'll give you the information.
Oh, well, that worked. I got the information I needed.
Yep. Whois, WHOIS, all one word, space, domain name, and hit enter. I'm sure there's some flags you can pass to it to get you the details you need, but it's clean enough to just scroll through the information that you get.
Yeah, it is.
There's not a lot of extra symbols or anything.
Good grief.
What?
I hate Zoom.
Did they just charge you?
No, I wanted to just go to my application folder and I forgot. And I hit Command-Shift-A, and it muted me. But it also yelled really loud.
Oh, yeah. So that Command-Shift-A, you can disable the global shortcut, but the yelling needs to stop. So just say it. Like, especially if you have your VoiceOver turned down to what's mine at right now. It's at 25%. And so I have you turned up a little bit, and I was a little loud in my headphones, so I turned it down. But then if you're in a different window and you mute or unmute or someone raises your hand, what really drives me crazy is if you're in a webinar and you're a panelist and someone raises their hand and you're not in the Zoom window, you'll continuously hear hit command grave accent to access the raised hands. And it keeps saying it over and over and over and over and over. It's quite annoying.
Yeah. I think we should all abandon Zoom and start using something else.
OpenAI was using, I don't remember, Gold, I don't know. But it was a web-based platform for what I am guessing is a pre-recorded webinar. And they had live chat, and it was surprisingly accessible. Like, I remember when those weren't that accessible. And, yeah, so that's what they used for a webinar I was on with them. Yes, you have no commanders. That is crazy. I should probably try to close something every once in a while. I just have kept it in command tab. Like, there's more.
There's more and more and more. Man, I am really, really feeling I'm not really super feeling the squeeze, but I'm starting to notice that like it's really time to get a new computer, and I really wish I would have procrastinated more and not have sold that MacBook Pro when I did. But I had been saying it for a while, and I was like, let's go ahead and list it. And, it actually sold a lot quicker than I thought it would have. About 2 weeks before everybody was like, oh, we're going to raise all the prices.
Yeah. Isn't that the worst when it goes a little smoother than you anticipated?
Yeah, at least I had, fortunately I didn't have to do it because I've sold computers in the past. It was like, oh, it's going to take that a long time to sell because I was asking for a lot of money, over what most people were charging. And then it was sell, and I'm like, crap, I got to wipe it. Hold on, did I copy everything over to the new? Did I copy everything to the new computer? No, because I've been working on the old computer. Crap. Let me hurry up. This time it was all boxed up and everything. It was like, oh, we're going to buy that.
Yeah.
But then, the turn, what really got me is just the turn, though. Like, I knew price increases were coming. I honestly wasn't expecting Apple to do them as soon as they did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, computers are super expensive.
You could just go buy a Windows machine.
I mean, they're super expensive. And they're now Apple prices without the Apple quality of parts. So, yeah, not doing that on the computer. I mean, even like, if it was just Apple, like I legitimately might look at something like a Carbon X1.
Right.
I don't know if I would buy it, but I would look at it really hard. Like really, really hard. I go to Best Buy and everything. But yeah, at this point it's just like,
Hey,
Wait for the
Lenovo, if you're
M5s to
listening to the
drop.
show, Demasi will be glad to test one out for you forever.
I mean, I won't have to test it out forever. Just until the whole RAM crunch is over with. Oh man, I bet nobody's sending reviewers like the highest end spec'd out machines anymore.
Oh, probably not. Probably not.
Because Apple would send people like MacBook Pros with 8 terabytes of storage and 128 gigs of RAM. But they ain't doing that no more. Everybody getting the 16 gig version.
You got to find out what most people get to use and see and give us reviews on that.
Which actually makes more sense than,
Yes.
They gave me this super high end, Ultra Max with, 512. What is that studio? Yeah, the 512 gigabytes of RAM and the Ultra chip and 8 terabytes of storage. It's like nobody's really buying that machine. So reviewing that ain't really fair in a sense, because you're not going to run into issues that somebody that just buys the base model off the shelf because, they needed a computer and they take that home. Like their experience is not going to be your experience. I've been using this ChatGPT app.
Okay. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
Number one, I like that I can actually navigate the headings and start where ChatGPT said, and then just go forward instead of it screwing up my focus like it does on the web. They got a bunch of stuff in here, and because I haven't really been using ChatGPT as much lately, or at least beyond just a quick chat in a window, I don't even know what some of this stuff is.
Yeah, so if someone wants to come on the show and teach us what some of this stuff is.
It's like, wait, how does this work? What are we doing? Yeah, computer use is a thing that I just use. I use it to mess with a numbers spreadsheet.
How'd that go?
I think it went okay, but I also had, so basically what I had to do is I had a sheet that had been separated out. Like it was a sheet, but it just had it had a category column. So it had categories of the products, of each product, but it wasn't in any sort of actual order. It was just, all over the place. It's like, hey, I know that there's a way, because I've done it before, but I couldn't remember how I did it, to use that category column as a, turn the actual names of the categories into categories and group everything up under them that matches the category. And then you can collapse the thing. So like if I skip past, I don't know, frozen sandwiches, then I don't want to look at frozen sandwiches. So I just collapse that whole category so I don't have to, bypass, go past those rows to get to the thing that I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey, do this. I'll explain it a little better than what I just explained right now. But, do this thing. And it was like, oh, yeah. Well, first I told it, tell me how you're going to do this thing.
Yeah.
What you do, like, tell me how you're going to do it. It was like, oh, I've figured out that this can be done. And I was like, well, okay, but tell me how you're going to do it. And it was like, oh, well, I would just use this feature. And I was like, yeah, I think that's actually how I did it. Cool, go ahead and handle that, because, focus and numbers is a little weird sometimes, too. I really feel edges sometimes with Apple and VoiceOver that I'm not sure if everybody runs into, because maybe you're not using the same apps or you're not trying to do the same things. Because numbers, just opening up a CSV or spreadsheet or anything and just looking through it and getting information and dropping in formulas, that is pretty slick. It is no problems. Start trying to get into using the controls of the spreadsheet to set up a filter or a sort or anything like, and man, focus, you cannot get VoiceOver Focus to sit still. It's like a cat's walking on your trackpad with the trackpad commander on. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
But it did pretty well. I have not actually gone back and looked at the original sheet because I kind of feel like it left a few things out. Like there was more products in that sheet than actually in the filter one now, but I haven't actually went back to look to verify. But generally, I say it did pretty well. And I didn't have to, I could still use my computer, I think, which is the other thing that was important. Like I didn't have to sit there with a window open and I couldn't command tab away, because then it would be like, oh, well, I've lost focus. So I can't complete this test. Let me know when you're done, and then I'll go back, because Claude did that to me. I was trying to use the Claude co-work feature to have it clean up some mail in the actual mail app first, is where I tried that. When I told you I would use it to clean up mail, so I started with the mail app.
Okay.
And it was screenshot this, do this. I looked at this, now I'm doing this, and it was like, but then I couldn't use my computer at all. It's like there's nothing happening.
So you might as well have just did it, because you would have been a lot faster. Well, you would have been faster.
I would have been faster, and it would, yeah, I definitely would have been faster. And then I would have got to move on to something else. Or I could have just procrastinated and not have done it, which also would have been a thing. But I couldn't do anything else. It's like, well, this is pointless. So then I used the Fastmail MCP server to connect and then gave it instructions on what to do. And yeah. Vice is like, this is really dangerous. As far as I know,
but I like to live on the edge if it worked.
As far as I know, I'm not missing anything. And I really didn't have it delete anything. I just had it file certain emails, like go through and just file all the stuff that's receipts. Because it's hard to set up filter rules now because not everybody follows a pattern that is easily matched. You end up with 2 paragraphs of regular expressions trying to filter for every possible, and you still miss some. Either you miss them or you file something that you didn't mean to file. Because
how long did that take?
It was slower than I thought it should have been, and it was also batching them. So I was, it was doing like 3 months at a time. So
you'd be sitting in your inbox, all of a sudden it goes from 4,000 to 2,000 emails.
It's like, man, this really feels like it's taking way too long, but it worked. Like, I mean, a bunch of the emails that were just like in my face where it's like, I don't even feel like going to do that. That's super lazy because there's a, VO shift M on the message and go down the move. But it's like, I don't feel like doing this 1,700 times. I don't want to. So that's really where that kind of comes in at. But I think it worked out fairly well. I think the MCP connectors are helpful because oftentimes, at least with the Fastmail one, I haven't actually connected to a lot of them where I've checked, but with Fastmail and with Mercury's, Mercury, I think it only has read-only access. With Fastmail, I was able to start with read-only access if I chose to, and then only let it write certain things or do certain things. And it's not as granular as I want it to be, but there's some granularity there. So you can see what would it do with your email, or what would it surface from your email without allowing it to delete anything or move anything, but just, sort through your email and be like, hey, these 5 messages are the ones you really need to respond to, like immediately, because they're going to turn off your something if you don't. So it worked out pretty well. But I think I like, from a computer use standpoint, the actual product called Computer Use from OpenAI, as opposed to the co-work use my computer feature from Claude.
Because it's literally using your computer.
I mean, so is GPT, but is somehow doing it differently.
Right. I wonder how GPT would do with your mail-ish task that you gave to Claude, and would you still be able to use it? Like, does it depend on which program it's doing stuff in?
I'm going to try that and see, because I actually didn't consider that, because I'm like, it's doing a different thing. But the whole process was different for GPT, which is why I think it works there. Like, I had to give it permission to control and use
everything.
Numbers. Yeah. And I remember telling you a while back that, like, I tried using it before and, like, it didn't work at all because it kept getting stuck in a permission loop. So here's what I actually had to do to solve that problem. Because there's the ChatGPT app in your applications folder. Don't press Command-Shift-A if you're in Zoom, because it's going to yell at you. You're muted.
Only if you're the one, you went in and turned those on. By default, they are not on.
Did they have to be?
No.
Because I would not have turned that on, because that, like, that, no.
Oh, there is a ChatGPT. Oh, it is ChatGPT. Is there a Codex too, or just ChatGPT?
There's a Codex app. And it's in your home folder. So while ChatGPT, for me at the time that I was having issues trying to even use the original Cowork, like when they first shipped that feature or whatever they got, because I feel like it was once called Cowork too. I don't know. But anyway, when they first shipped the feature, I couldn't use it because while ChatGPT had access to accessibility, control the computer or whatever the accessibility access thing is, Codex didn't have it. But it's not smart enough to, like, tell you that, and, like, Codex wasn't showing up separately as an app for me to pick from.
You had to add it to the table.
Yes.
But you didn't know you had to add it to the table.
Right, because I didn't know there was a whole separate thing. And the only thing that tripped me to it this time is that in, I think, accessibility settings this time, I had a Codex entry, but in screen recording, I only had a ChatGPT entry that was on, and I was like, I wonder if there's a Codex app. So I went back to the one where I saw Codex at and VO Shift M and said open in Finder. And then I copied it and I used the trick that you told me about. I think you told me about this trick.
Yep.
I went back to the section that needed the codex. I hit add, and then I just pasted what I had copied, and it took me right to the folder where the codex app was. And then I hit enter on it, and boom, we're working now.
Good.
The tip for people is that if you copy a document or anything like that in Finder, and then you're in an open end window or whatever, or save as window, if you paste, it'll navigate you like you typed in the path to get there to wherever that file or application was that you copied in Finder, which is super useful.
Open or add is the default. You can just hit paste and enter and you're good.
Yep. So, super cool feature. It's kind of like when I told Mike something the other day, and he was like, I didn't know that was a feature.
What was it? Do you remember? I remember that.
It was the quick voiceover quick navigation where you can
and
use
then tap on the number.
Yeah.
So if you hit VOQ, that turns on. Hold on, I gotta go through the sluggishness of this computer. Single key quick nav, and you can use your number keys to navigate those. But it appears you cannot when your voiceover's in the state mine's in right now. But I'm not surprised because my right option key isn't working and my numpad isn't working. They will all fix themselves once I reboot. Guaranteed.
So are you not able to pause your ChatGPT?
I probably am.
I got another question too.
What?
I mean, because I have no problem just shutting them off and then going back like, all right, we're going to pick back up where we were on this thing.
Yeah.
Or find a conversation and be like, all right, we're picking it back up. I will do it all the time. What is the difference in chat and work in the GPT app?
I have no clue.
Okay, if anybody knows, reach out to us. Feedback at
You could ask ChatGPT.
I mean, yeah, I could, but it's been kind of lying to me today. I'm not in the mood for it. Nonsense.
Okay.
Had me thinking they don't found a deal on a 24 terabyte hard drive for like $400. I was like, hell yeah, I'm finna buy that.
Right?
Putting it right on a credit card. We finna get that. And then I get there, it's like, it's $1,000. What?
Did you ask ChatGPT if it had a coupon? Like maybe it had a coupon you should have used.
No, I basically cursed it out without cursing at it. I was like, because we just really literally sat here for like 45 minutes going back and forth on planning out a migration strategy and some more stuff. And all of that is just blown up in my face because I need a hard drive. Not quite that size, but, you know, if it was going to be at their price, I would have bought it.
And then when you got mad at it, it's like, you're absolutely right, Demasi. I am so sorry. It was actually $1,400.
No, so it basically kind of did that. It was like, yeah, according to actually going to the page, the price here on Newegg is this. And I was like, I don't need you to tell me what I just told you. Like,
it's probably basing that on its 2024 knowledge.
So, man, what are you doing? Apparently, it was using some feed of some sort to pull pricing. So I have no idea how old that feed is because that's what it references. Like, you know, I should have looked at the actual product page instead of just looking up. Don't tell me how you screwed it up. You screwed it up, man. And like, now what am I going to do? Because I need to move stuff, but I need to move stuff first.
And I need some place to move that stuff too.
Also, I was, you know, taking a shot in the dark. I was a little annoyed because there was more than just the price search. When I started out the conversation, it was just a price search. But I also said research, which to me, as I told it, you know, research implies that you should actually verify the information that you're going to give me before you just say, yeah, I found this.
So in the future, say, look up the information, because apparently research does not mean that. I've had stuff like this happen before. And then I'm like, no, search the web and get the information. And then
it's like, oh, I found this.
Which I should not have to tell it to search the web in 2026.
That's my whole point. Like, that's my whole point. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. Like, to me, again, the word research to anybody implies that you're going to look up information and verify what you think you know before you start telling people that's what you know. Like, that to me is but that takes us to that, you know, that thought I had about, for us right now, I still feel like we're kind of in what would be comparatively the early days of home computers, I would say. Right? Maybe not your big, you know, huge room size computers in the 60s, but, you know, the advent of home computers. So around the time that the Tandys and the what else shipped back then, and the Mac shipped eventually, and all of that stuff. Like back in those days where you basically couldn't do much with your computer unless you wrote a program first in order for the computer to work. Like it's not as what's the word? It's not as fine detailed as that dealing with AI, but we're dealing with a lot of the rougher edges that I still think some people are going to figure out how to productize it in such a way, and the technology will improve and ways of doing things will improve. Maybe people will stop just looking at LLMs also, but there'll be a product down the road 10 years from now, 20 years from now, where it'll be like, I can't believe it was so hard that, you know, you just have to, do you remember when you have to make the agent loop through code and verify itself?
Yeah. We're going to be like old, you know, when we're old. Do you remember every time you had to tell it to allow it to do this all the time? Like now your agents just go out and do everything you need them to do, and you can actually trust them to do the right thing versus.
Remember when we were telling people to copy the answer they got from this one and paste it into that one and see if it was correct?
Yeah.
Or remember how I spent an afternoon putting together this whole thing so I could have this one write some code and then bounce this one in immediately and be like, all right, I need you to review this, and then have it go through, you know, angrily, combing through it, looking for a mistake. I want you to find a mistake. I'm pretty sure it made a mistake. Find it. And then take the other one and be like, hey, this is what somebody said you did wrong. What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say for yourself?
Defend yourself.
And one day, none of this will be necessary.
I don't know that one day is too far off, but it's far enough off that it's gonna get more frustrating, I think, before it gets to the point where it's gonna be second nature and you can just rely on it.
I'm trying to figure, like, I don't think it's as far away as some people think it is. Like, I think it'll happen within the next decade.
Yeah. Yes.
But I also think about the fact that, you know, computers really didn't take off for like being personal things that just about everybody had until the mid 2000s.
Yep.
So I'm kind of looking at, like, I'm curious how if this particular situation with technology is going to be more accelerated than that was, just because of the nature of the tools. But I'm not 100% sold that it will be. I've heard some people kind of say, oh, this is so accelerated. Like, things are happening fast. Like, there are changes happening fast. But I mean, comparatively speaking, in the 90s, you're getting a new processor like every, you know, a upgraded, faster processor, like something, a significant jump in computing capability, about like every 9 months.
Do you think things are more accelerated, or we are more aware of how the acceleration is happening than we were in the past? Because sometimes I use AI and I'm like, why are you still doing that? That doesn't make any sense. And then other times I'll use AI and expect one thing, but it comes up with like the actual answer or something that 6 months ago AI would not have done.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there are more, or there have been leaps ahead in ability with the technology that have happened faster than we typically see, you know, major changes or significant improvements come to technology. But I think also because we're basically in a 24-hour news cycle, there's more information. So sometimes huge jumps don't seem as huge, but then we're more aware of when something major happens, right? Like everybody everybody knew just about the day it happened that, oh, you know, ChatGPT, some model of OpenAI's broke out of a quote unquote sandbox. I still feel like a sandbox means you don't have access to anything outside of what's in that box, but okay, we're changing the definition of sandbox. We gave you a little pipeline to the internet that was supposed to filter what you could do. Okay. But anyway, it broke out of that, and when it had Hugging Face, right? Nobody that had no people who had not heard of Hugging Face heard this story, right? And it was like, what the hell is a Hugging Face?
Right.
Like, what is this? They were with that name where we were probably, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago when Hugging Face first came on the scene. Yep. It's like, why? Yep. I think I may have asked that question on the show. One of us asked the question, like, why Hugging Face? Like, I'm not sure I like that name. But so I think it's a little bit of both, but I do think we're seeing things happen. Maybe, you know, it's a good question. I don't think maybe the acceleration is as much as Well, I'm not gonna say as much as we think it is. I think the way that it has been happening is that we see a lot of it across different areas. Like there'll be a huge leap. Like everybody still says, end of November 2025 is like when Claude made the big huge leap when it came to coding, and that also shifted. And I think that's the other thing that we're seeing too is more so, I think, than in the past. When one company makes a big progression, everybody kind of shifts a part of, if not all of their focus onto the thing that they just had a huge success at. We've seen less of that, I think, in the past few months, but I would say for the past couple of years, that seems to be the thing, right? The only one I can say maybe that doesn't apply to is probably Anthropic, because when everybody was chasing video for a second and trying to improve their video model and creation of video, Anthropic really didn't get into that game. Like they kept kind of plugging away at what they were working on. But we've seen ChatGPT, we've seen Google, we've seen Grok, we've seen, some of the open source models were like, Gemini came out or Google came out with whatever that one was. It VO, like the first VO where they had like the little short videos, but it was, pretty clean. And then everybody was all about video all of a sudden. Like, oh, well, we have a video generation tool too, and our video generation can go this long. And right. And then, then somebody makes a leap in coding. It's like, oh, well, we have coding too. So we've seen a lot more of that, I think. I think the leaps are happening a little faster, maybe not as accelerated as people make out to be. It's just that you hear about it quicker. And even what we may think of, what overall in the long term may be like, oh, that was actually more of a minor step forward than it seemed at the time. It gets blown out of proportion because, again, everybody's trying to raise money. So any little progress gets blown up into a huge thing if they can figure out a way to do it, because, again, they're chasing the funding. So sometimes the leaps are not what they proclaim to be. And sometimes they're more significant than we knew they were. And I think a lot of that is just going to come with hindsight as we move through this process of what really was huge and what really was kind of, I don't know why we even wasted time doing that. Like Apple making a car, like, well, that's kind of a whole waste of time and $10 billion. Like, I mean, did something else. Could have loaned me a couple of $100. I mean, geez, gonna make a car? You ain't making no car. What are you doing? Speaking of Apple, though, I'm excited to hear that they're considering now. Finally, they're considering, which means maybe 2028 we might actually get an Apple band that's not a watch that can do health tracking.
That would be nice.
I feel like we've both said this over the years. Like, I feel like they should offer it, whether I want to watch or don't want to watch. Which at this point, I care more about the health tracking aspects. I'm still really considering this Fitbit. Well, it's not what it's called anymore, is it? Whatever Google's new band is, they released that replaces Fitbit. I kind of want one, but I also kind of don't want to buy it.
What were we looking up yesterday about Google? Oh, Google Glasses. I'm in. I can't wait.
Just see, those I have to buy. I feel like I should get a free health band with the glasses.
Really?
How about that?
Did they call this? Google Fitbit Air.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
So it is Fitbit still.
Yeah.
I thought for some reason they had stripped the Fitbit out of it. I knew it had Air in the name of it though. Yeah,
it's their screenless fitness and health tracker. And then there's something called Whoop, WOOP. It's only $199 with an annual subscription.
Like I said, I'm not interested in Whoop. But apparently now this is weird. You get the Google Fit Air. No, the Google Open. Nope. Jeez.
Google Glass?
What is it? No, the band. The Google
Fitbit
Air. That's it. Yeah. I kept wanting to say Open Fit. And I was like, that's not right.
I wonder why you wanted to call it that.
So you get the Google Fitbit Air, and you can use this with iOS. So you have to put the Google Health app on your phone, and then the data that syncs from the Fitbit Air to your Google Health can now be synced to your Apple Health also, which seems a really stupid roundabout way to do this. But thanks, Apple, because that to me is more of an Apple thing than a Google thing. I feel like if Google could have written directly to Apple Health, they probably would have chosen to do so. I mean, I could be wrong. Could be giving them more credit than I should, but I feel like they would have done that.
Well, other apps can write to health with permission.
Yeah, as I was saying that, I'm thinking like, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I'm guessing you have to use the Google Health app to even set up the band. Maybe that's
to set
the thing.
up the band. Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore the data goes there. So it's still sort of the same thing. It just seems weird to go from one health app to another health app. And it's like, I got health data in two different systems and I'm not sure how I feel about this. Can we sync it the other way? Can my Apple Health go to my Google Health? So when I switch to Android, I still have my health?
Probably.
I don't know. Probably not.
What do you think about giving ChatGPT access to your Apple Health?
I haven't done it.
I haven't either. It crossed my mind, but I haven't. Like,
So-
what could go wrong?
Here's the reason I haven't done it. Well, other than feeling like, what could actually go wrong? Let me think about that for a while. But one reason I actually haven't done it is because for the past few years, I haven't been wearing a watch. There's not a lot of data there that I feel is going to be helpful. If I had been wearing a watch as long and as consistently as, say, Tia's been wearing hers, it could actually yield some good information.
See, and I don't think we've talked about it on the show, and if we have, we've glossed over it. But in 2024, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And since, maybe it was 23, I don't remember now. Anyways, since about a month after that, I have been using what are called continuous glucose monitors, so Dexcom, because I found out very quickly, more power to the people who can do it, but I am not someone who can use a needle on my finger and get the blood on the test strip and actually put it into the machine and not screw it all up. Like, I'm not saying it can't be done. It's not for me. So we started researching some alternative methods to be able to capture that data. And this comes with the added benefit that Apple Health now has my glucose numbers as long as I've been wearing these CGMs for the last 2 or 3 years, in conjunction with the data that it's gathering from my Apple Watch. And what you told me the other day that I always forget about with the AirPod Pro 3 is it captures heart rate data from that. So there's a lot of data there that, frankly, I'm not viewing. So I'm not personally looking at what the trends are and what's available. And in the past, I had used whois, and they had a scale, so I could track weight with that. I feel like I would rather be able to query Siri in 2027 of my health data. And frankly, I haven't actually done that, so I don't. Well, actually, I did. Funny thing. So Dexcom is the CGM that I use, and it's really simple to apply it. You put an applicator on your arm, you hit a button, it stabs a little, it's a oval shaped item into your arm, and you put the little sticker over the top so that way it stays in there. And then you scan the QR code, which is directly opposite of the button that you press to apply it. And it tells you that in the app, which is pretty nice. And so I always scan the QR code versus trying to get the 4 digits to put it in. I asked, prior to iOS 27, I was able to use a Dexcom shortcut that says, "What's my glucose?" Now, when I say, "S lady, what's my glucose?" it says, "I found these images that are screenshots of your glucose in your photo gallery from 2025. And I'm like, thanks, Siri. Appreciate you. But it's interesting where that health data might go. And we've talked about this on the show a couple of times, how we capture all of this data, and at some point that data will be useful to someone or something.
Yeah, we have said that. And I GPT, I'm a little more hesitant. Now, if this were, but I don't see how it couldn't be, though. Like, that's the thing. They still got to send it to the cloud because you're not running them. I don't know about GPT. I agree, and we have said that, like, one reason to wear a watch, one reason I kept wearing a watch oftentimes when it wasn't as useful to me as, say, a device that I'm actually interacting with is for those metrics, right? So I would love for Apple to actually make a band, because I would just put on a band. or that gives me options. But the benefit is, and you're right, we said, at some point we're going to be able to use that data. It's going to come in handy somewhere. Maybe you go see a doctor and you just like, here, man, I got this for you. And he, doctor looks through it and it's like, oh, well, I spotted the thing that started happening. What did you start doing differently in May? Because that's when stuff started getting weird.
Right.
Or, where we are today, where, it's reasonable that I should be able to ask Siri that type of question. However, perhaps we're just not there yet. Or it's just one of those unintended things where it's like, you really didn't know. I want you to look in the health app and get that information.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I have to tell it, but I shouldn't, going back to what we should and shouldn't have to tell the intelligence. I shouldn't have to tell you.
But I wonder if it's just not there yet. Like, it'll be interesting to find out. I seem to remember hearing something rumor-wise, not that I think it was officially, but like rumor-wise, that they were working on more integrated. Oh, that was supposed to be the AI help coach thing, which I think they did roll that out. Didn't they roll that out?
Yep.
Yeah, the buddy, right? And that's what, the workout buddy.
Workout buddy.
Yeah, see, nobody wants that.
Which is not available on my Apple One Ultra, I think. I don't. Actually,
well, you're probably not. I think it probably should be, but if it's not, I don't think you're really going to care. I don't think that you're going to care that you don't have a buddy.
I'm not. I just need someone to encourage me to keep working out, Tomasi. Come on.
You've gotten 800 of your 1,000 steps today. You're doing so much better than you did yesterday. If you don't shut the hell up. Listen,
I already get that right now. Great job. You're doing better than you did yesterday at this time on my Apple Watch.
Yes, I turn that off too.
Yeah.
I don't need that kind of encouragement, and sometimes it can be irritating. I get it, and for some, I'm curious if it does work for people. I know that type of motivation can work, but it's when it's done by a computer that it doesn't really work at all.
Do the notifications help? Like. And I don't.
You're only halfway to your goal today compared to yesterday, and it's like, yeah, but I'm in the hospital. Like, what the you want me to do? Shut up.
Right.
But see, that's me, because generally, if I'm going to be up moving, I'm going to be up moving, and if I'm not going to be up moving, guess what? I'm not going to be up moving. And a notification coming in telling me that I should do some stuff is not going to make me do it.
Now, did you use the stand alerts?
I did when I first got it. Like very early, but I eventually turned them off simply because most times it would be like, I already stood up. Like I did this. Yes. And then they finally got smart to a point. And I think I turned them back on when they kind of smartened them up, where like if you stood up in between these times of within an hour, it wouldn't notify you because that would count as your stand. I think I turned it back on and may have left it on for it to, well, at least left it on for a while to see if that system actually worked, which it did work fairly well.
You know what I never used? Not once?
What's that?
Hand washing. To tell me how long to wash my hands. I didn't even try it.
I tried it because I just had to see how it was going to work. But that was the only time I used it. This is the only time I used it.
Yeah.
I actually didn't turn the feature off immediately because I was like, I wonder, is it actually going to do anything? But I remember one time I was like, oh, you didn't wash your hands long enough. I'm like, man, screw you. Like, what are you doing? But if you're using your Apple Watch for or other fitness tools and they're working for you, let us know, because what we do is not directly correlated to what works for other people, and we're definitely interested in hearing how that might go for you. Absolutely. Go ahead. I just said absolutely. You brought up a comment to me yesterday, and I was going to bring this back to you. And I'm not sure if you want to share it, but what did you realize we did not do when we were in person? Oh. So, just for some random reason, it occurred to me that when me and Mike met, we didn't. So I called Mike and I said, Mike, we were such blind people, because when we met, we didn't even take a picture. First time we ever met in life, and there's no picture documenting that this thing happened. There's a recording, because like, Mike said there's a recording though. Good times. Yeah. But that just randomly occurred to me for some reason. Like, we took absolutely no picture. I think I may have one picture at ACB. And that's because I took a picture.
I think the reason we didn't take a photo is because when we met, everyone in that room was completely fine. So,
I mean, but that's when you're supposed to use your Siri, your VoiceOver to guide you on getting everybody in the selfie or whatever.
Yeah,
that kind of works.
We probably should have did something like that.
We should have done it, but nobody thought about it. That's why I said we researched blind people, because somebody that could see would have been like, "Oh, we got to take a picture. You guys just met."
Yeah.
Like, no, we didn't even think about it. I'm also not a super picture takey person, so it wouldn't have occurred to me anyway. Because it's rare that you're going to find me in a photo. So, but anyway, there's a recording of it though. So
there is.
People should listen to that episode.
I am telling Codex to rate itself on a scale of 1 to 100 on how good it thinks it did with the particular task that it's working on before it moves on to the next task. And if that rating is under 90%, it needs to iterate over the job that it did to get it above 90%.
Oh, there's an article I was going to send you. I'll find it. But I saw one password was talking about something like that. It's interesting. They have built a lot of stuff in now. It seems like that, started kind of in the open source community. There are people, hacking ways around trying to make this work. Like I think the loops and stuff are now built in. You can just do /loop with some of these things. It's funny when I did the Codex look over this Claude's code writing. Like once I explained in detail what I wanted it to do and how I wanted it to behave, I remember seeing it was like, here's the average, something about adversarial. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do is just be, adversarial, like find problems.
Find problems.
I like virtual cards because they're useful in particular situations. But what can be irritating about them is, well, number one, when you don't remember what the last 4 of a particular card was. And 2, when you set arbitrary limits on some cards and you don't remember that you set a limit on that card, you're like, why did this not go through? Oh, because there's a cap on that card. This much was already spent on it this month. So therefore, that purchase ain't happening. All right, I got to get the actual card number 4.
One password, sir. One password.
It is in 1Password, but I was trying to do Apple Pay, and I don't think I have that card in the actual physical credit card in Apple Pay.
So a tip for the Codex app user, and then...
So the Codex? Oh, the Codex app user.
Yeah, for the user using Codex. If your focus ever gets out of whack and you're like, where am I? Go to your Forms Controls menu and search for anything. Because the name of the text entry is do anything. So if you just go to Forms and you type in anything, you should find it.
Wait, hold on. Okay, go to your Forms menu.
Yep, so Form Controls.
Type in controls, and then... No. I'll start typing any, and I didn't get anything.
Do you have a conversation open?
Oh, hold on. No, that is a new empty conversation. Let me see if I can. Hey, why is Command K not working? There we go. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Okay. Now, I'm going to go up here. I don't know where I'm at. I'm going to do VOU. And no, I'm not getting that.
Huh. That's weird. Okay. Disregard what I said. What I wish worked, and I haven't been able to get it to work, is ChatGPT on the web has a handy little shortcut. And I think I can go in and configure it in the settings. There's just a lot.
You hadn't tried it. Yeah.
But if you hit Shift Escape, it marks everything as red, I think is what it does or something. Whereas in the ChatGPT
web interface, it drops you into
the edit box.
Most of the time.
4% of the time.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see if you can customize that shortcut.
Oh, you can. So 1.1.0 dropped to the App Store today. It was super fast. Like I submitted it for review at noon and it was on the App Store by 2:30. Which is either good or bad. Either they're approving stuff faster or they're just like, let's just approve everything.
Wait, Command Shift A archives the chat. That seems like a very poor choice.
Yeah.
What if I'm thinking I'm in Finder and I'm not? I don't like that.
Don't hit Command W to close settings. Use the link at the top because if you hit Command W to close settings, it closes the whole window.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. It's like ChatGPT has no windows. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not traditional. I don't think. Now I'm curious if I go into.
Well,
Zoom.
it's not making new. Well, I think I had opened up a new window though. Like that's. But hold on.
Yeah, and see, like if I go to Mail and I hit Command comma, it says now in. Oh, it says now in viewing window. So it is a new window, and then I hit Command W. It says now in inbox.
Open side chat. What is a side chat?
I have absolutely no clue, man. Seen it, but I don't know. Is it like hold on, let's pause this chat so we can go talk about something else and then you'll bring the results of our something else back into our main chat? I don't know.
Is it like a side note?
I know what a side chat is in Zendesk language. That's when you reach out to like a vendor or someone else in the same ticket as the conversation you're having, and the customer doesn't know that you're reaching out to them. But Demasi could go back and look at that ticket where I reached out to Venkatesh and asked a question about the Orbit reader, and he could read all those conversations and follow up. It's actually a really cool feature. It's not on their cheaper plans, though.
Wait, none of my chats have unread content? What the hell is going on?
Contacts automatically compacting.
Clear that.
Oh, fun website for people. Oh, that is, oh man. So right option S apparently is S set, whatever that is. Just saying. So, if you ever need that character, just right option S. I want to share a website with people.
Option Shift K makes an apple.
What? Really?
Yes.
It does. Huh. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Anyone need an apple? Okay. Is it like the Apple logo or?
I think so. I think it's just the Apple logo. You get a copyright sign with some of them.
57% chance that Codex will reset in the next 48 hours.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this and I didn't go to it.
willcodexreset.com is a website where you can see if your Codex will reset. It's funny, I was looking at it and I'm like, there's a 57% chance it's going up. It was down to 30. And then I went to check my Codex reset and it's like, you have 100%. I'm like, okay. I don't care when it resets now because my weekly just reset today. So.
Move keyboard focus to the main chat composer.
Ooh, what's that keystroke?
I'm gonna see if I can shut up the ship escape. Okay, so what's different from a side chat and forking a chat? I'm so confused.
I have no clue.
I need to have a conversation with this GPT, but then I'm wasting tokens.
Yes. So if you have had the conversation with GPT about the differences in these two things and you've already wasted your tokens, feedback at technicallyworking.show. Let us know what you learned. You know who I will go and ask that question to, and I guarantee she'll have answers, right?
Okay, let's see. Let me go back. Okay, and then if I hit Shift Escape, yes. All right. It now works. Yep.
Oh. All right. So.
Who's going to have all the answers about?
Taylor.
Yeah.
She's who I go to get answers about AI stuff.
I just went to willcodexreset.com.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, read that page. And I'm going to preferences in the Codex app. I went down to shortcuts. I did item chooser to find focus main chat.
Well, nope. See, no, you don't want to do that first. First, you want to go find that mark all as unread so you can clear the shortcut.
Do you have to do that? Or if you assign a shortcut,
I'm going to make the assumption that I had to do it that way.
Okay, I'm going to try not doing it. And
a well-behaving app would either tell you this is a conflicting shortcut, you can't do this, which also didn't want that message, and then you just hit the good Shift Escape. Uh,
It says used by clear all unreads. Invalid.
okay. So it did the smart thing that you want, at least, which it told you, hey, you can't use this shortcut because it's used by something. Now, it was really good. It told you what it was being used by, which is better than Apple does. At least they used to do, where it's like, oh, this shortcut is already in use. Okay, what's using it? Like, that would be helpful information too.
Right.
Yeah. Now, what you would want to happen in that case is it would ask you for confirmation that you want to change that shortcut. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think VoiceOver Utility Commanders, the shortcuts does this.
It does.
So that's what you actually want. Because listen, I don't care who's using the shortcut. This is the shortcut I want to do a thing, so fix it. So where you go is you go to Preferences. Does Command Comma get you there?
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember if Command Comma is kind of one of those things where, like, I don't remember that I did it to get where I was because it's just supposed to work, except when it doesn't. So Command Comma gets you to Preferences. You want to navigate the shortcuts. You can use your item chooser to get there quickly. But once you VO space on shortcuts, what you want to do is bring up your item chooser because that's the quickest way to do it. Search for READ, R-E-A-D, or read, R-E-A-D. And you want the mark all items as red or something like that. Mm-hmm. Clear that shortcut and then do the search for, what was it, Mike? Focus on main chat or something?
Focus on, just type in focus and you'll find it.
And then set your shortcut to Shift Escape and you're good to go.
And now, that is amazing. There's a lot of settings in here, though, too.
There's a ton of settings. There's so many. That's why I hadn't even looked at the shortcut section. Like, I saw it, but I didn't even go click on it. I was like, man, there's a lot in here.
There's even a setting called Pets. Yeah, P-E-T-S.
What is that?
I think it's avatars for your different chat conversations.
Oh, okay. I see. My mind went somewhere completely different. It's like, when I need to leave my laptop running so you can do a thing, I put it in pet mode. So if the cat walks on the keyboard, it doesn't type stuff. Like, is this what you're doing? Because that would be a handy feature. I'm just saying, plenty of people probably need this.
What is an app shot?
I don't know, but I'm confused about when I can't close my laptop when it's doing stuff.
I just leave my laptop open all the time. Just being honest.
See, I'll just close it because I want to know that it's gonna not do something, and like it hasn't not done a thing yet. So I'm like, okay, I guess I don't. I mean, is it still awake? And I just close the screen? Like, what's really going on? I am planning to. So I'm going to decommission my Mac Mini as a home server, and I'm going to drop in this random mini PC I got. It's called a Minis Forum. Something another.
I didn't even think about it, but when you called me today, I could have just sent you the thing that I ordered. Like, it's in my eBay history. When you said the name, I'm like, yep, that sounds familiar.
Really, it never occurred to me. Because listen, this is what you said to me when I got it. I was like, well, is it like, I don't even know if it's running Windows or Linux. I don't know a password. Like, I don't know. Tell Claude to help you hack into it so you can fix it. Yeah. So ever since then, I was like, oh, well, I ain't asking Mike nothing about that computer. and that's literally how that happened.
So did you get into it?
Not yet.
Okay.
But also I hadn't tried. Because I was looking for a hard drive because I do need to move. I don't have to, but I think I want to because I don't have 256 gigs of storage on the Mac Mini. But it's going to the office. I'm going to set this up and use this as the Plex runner, and I'm going to take this as an opportunity to migrate over to Audio Book Server so that books I have legally acquired that are in a non-DRM state can be played in an app that has a nice feel to it for audiobooks.
There you go.
I can still use Prologue too because it now supports Audiobook Server, but there's also an Audiobooks app, I think, that connects to the Audiobook Server. Anyhow, we're going to do that thing. And we're going to run Plex and some more stuff on there and some Docker stuff. We're going to do some things with it. But that'll be the home thing. But what I need a hard drive. So essentially, I actually do need the hard drive because I could leave the hard drive here. Like, I could leave the storage system here that's currently connected to the Mac Mini. The problem is Linux can't read
Mac OS.
APFS.
Yeah.
Or if it can read it, it can't write it. And if it can write it, if you get whatever correct tools for that to happen, it's kind of buggy. And what you don't want is buggy writing to a file system. We don't need that.
No.
So I need to move all of that data either to a new hard drive that is formatted, for Linux, probably X4, or temporarily move that data off somewhere, reformat the drive it was on, and then move it back and connect it to the machine. And so it's the reason I'm looking for hard drives at the probably dumbest time to be trying to buy hard drives. And I need at least 4 terabytes.
Yeah.
Just to
maybe
be
not 24, but 4.
No, don't necessarily need 24. I mean, listen, 24 or $400, I was going to buy that. Like that was going on somebody's credit card. If I had to call you, Mike, need a favor. I need to borrow $400 for next Friday. Because listen, 24 terabytes of a Seagate enterprise level drive, 7,200 RPMs. I mean, listen, yes, it did look too good to be true, but people have stupid sales all the time. And it was Newegg. I've never bought anything from Newegg. So I don't actually know how. It's been 20
years since I bought something from Newegg.
So anyway, I was going for it, man. Like it was the thing. But yeah, I do need at least 4 terabytes. So until I can move the storage, there's no point in moving anything else. But that's the plan. And the Mac Mini, because computers and electronics are so expensive, is going to become the server for the office. Connect the printer. Well, printer will be on the network. Hard connect my scan snap to it with the USB cable, and that way it scans directly to the computer, and nothing goes to a cloud unless I decide to send it to a cloud because it needs to go there. And then people will just drop stuff in the scanner and press the button, and it'll scan, and then there'll be a Hazel running there that will file it where it needs to go, and it'll be amazing and great, and all of those
Hazel
things.
is amazing.
Man, I said I was going to build a thing today, but I forgot exactly what I needed to build because we hadn't done it in a long time. I need to build. Oh, I know what it was. I need to build a new session in Audio Hijack, and I need to make a new virtual device.
I'm trying to get someone to build a Zoom replacement. No one wants to take that on. Although I did just see something that Steven posted on Mastodon. It says, let me pull it up here real quick.
Wait, hold on. I didn't want Mona. Geez, you can tell how much I open Mona on the Mac because I typed in Mona, like the whole word, and like I got Mona services.
Wow.
Post on Mona. No, opening Mona.
So,
no.
Building my fully accessible video studio recording platform tonight, using OBS as the backbone and Zoom for bringing guests in. Curious. I am very curious.
Okay, so he sounds like he's doing what I was about to say when he was like, you've been trying to get people to make a Zoom.
Yeah, I looked up Zoom API pricing, and I'm like, nope.
Oh, okay, because that was my thought, was like, just build something against their API that is a more customized version of what you want.
I mean, maybe for 1 or 2 people, but definitely not scalable unless you're paying me some money.
Well, I mean, there's that thing too.
Yeah.
People build things and then sell them to other people that need the thing that they built. Like that happens.
What? Never heard of that.
I mean, we may pretty soon be to a point where like, I'll trade you a chicken for, for a year's access or something.
Just trade me the wings or the tip jar. Subscribers. Oh, I need to send you some cash. I just made a note of that.
Oh man, people still have this problem, huh? I didn't know you could do that to copy the path name in Finder. But I just have an action in launch bar that I just highlight the file or whatever and do the thing. Like I don't understand why people are having these problems.
So, this has been an interesting episode.
Yeah, this has been an interesting episode, and we want to thank everybody for coming along with us on this journey. This has been Technically Working. We appreciate you listening. Shout out to our tip jar subscribers. We appreciate you even more. And you can email us if you have feedback. That email address is feedback@technicallyworking.show. And then we're both on Mastodon, which if you mention me, I'll see it. But otherwise, I tend to stay off of there because I just went down a whole rabbit hole for like 5 minutes that nobody's going to hear. But it happened just that quick. Anyway, he's Payon, Payown, at dragonscave.space. And I am Damasi, Damashe, at technically.social. The bot is TW at technically.social, and use the hashtag technically working, and we appreciate if you capitalize the T and W. And as I say all the time, unfortunately, that only works on Mastodon because, I don't know, somebody's not, turning the LLMs on trying to actually make the Fediverse work. I mean, if more people would do that, we might actually get there.
You can use your tokens on that job. I got other things to spend my tokens on.
Well, I mean, man, I'm building the thing with Word. I'm back in WordPress. That's actually how I meant to start the show, was about this WordPress thing. I just decided I'm just going to do this in WordPress because I think it'll be quicker proof of concept. But we'll save that for next week because this week's show is over. And Mike, this has been episode number
176. By the way, 174 was downloaded 211 times, and 175 was downloaded 176, and that puts us at a total so far of this show, just because I don't feel like we haven't done this in a while. Just saying, it works a lot better when your keyboard commands work consistently, but this puts us at 42,571.
Oh man, if we only had $1 for each one of those listens,
right?
We'd be doing pretty good. We could do more live in-person shows and weird stuff.
If you want pictures of live in-person shows,
or
you got to pay
video.
us $42,571.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it all has to come out to one person, but I'm just saying if we just had $1 for each download, we'd be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I think you can tip $1,
Yes.
Anyhow, you can also do one-time tips. I didn't mention that. But since Mike did the numbers thing, if I were a very reactionary person, there's probably a more polite way to describe the type of person that I'm talking about. But if I was one of those type of people, I'm like, oh, people obviously love shorter shows. We got like 25% more downloads on the short show than the long show. But anyhow, the show ain't getting no shorter. So,
but it's also 5 more days older, so there's still 5 days that we have to see if 175.
Well, see, no, I didn't say I was a reasonable person that's going to actually look at the facts. I said if I was one of those people who are just going to overreact to a limited data set that I choose to pull from,
yes,
I would have that response.
This darn simulator keeps popping open. It's what I get for having Codex do stuff.
Shout out to the people who are like that.
Yes. 75% of the way to 50,000 downloads.
Really?
Yeah, because, according to the little tracker, because on Pinecast, by the way, because I'm only using it here, I don't think I'm using it on our perspective, but thanks to whoever decided to sign up for Pinecast and use the referral code that saved you 30% off, and it saved us $20 for a month. But there's a little slider here that says, congratulations, you have reached 20,000 listens. Your next milestone is at 50,000 listens, and then 75% slider. So I think that actually means that 75% from 20 to 50.
Okay.
Anyways.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because 75% of 50,000 would actually be 37,500. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Cool. And are you sure you're not the person who used the coupon to get this show going for our perspective?
No, because they're in the same Pinecast account. Because remember, one of the cool things about Pinecast is you can have unlimited shows in one Pinecast account.
This is true. And people should
amazing.
be aware of this.
Yes.
It is amazing. Listen, man, shout out to Pinecast Matt. We ain't shouted out Pinecast Matt or Matt Pinecast or whatever. We ain't shouted out Matt in a long time, man. Shout out Matt.